Hi Sugar Snaps. Today I want to share a vlog style of a project I'm working on. I'm going to be creating couch cushions for a deck couch my husband and I built using Anna White's plans. I'll put the link in the description below to her plans online. I believe my steps will be gather materials, make the pattern, cut out the pieces, sew the pieces together, cut the cushion pieces down because I have large pieces of foam, and then put the covers on the couch pieces, cushion pieces. And then should be able to put the cushions on the couch. Let's go. Okay, I'm gonna walk you down to our deck to show you the couch in its current state and show you what I'm thinking about doing. I'm thinking is building a cushion for the bottom that will go across the bottom, and then here against the back, building another cushion that will fit against the back of that. There you are, Peter. I did a yoga cushion or a poof out of this fabric. I have a lot of it, and so I think I have enough to make the cushions for the couch. Minimalists beware. I'm not one. Forgot to show you the cushions that I'm using for this project, so I'm going to run back downstairs and show you those. Okay, so I have these are large pieces. They're the same width as, or length. Is this width, length? I don't know. This direction is the same as the couch width, and so I can just set them or build them as is. So I have a 2-inch thick piece for the backing and a 3-inch piece for the seat. We did a test and that seemed to be soft enough to sit on, so that's what we're gonna go with. My next step was to measure out the pattern pieces using a 5/8 inch seam allowance. I drew out my pieces and how many I would need of each. My brain hurts. Okay, I've made a sheet of all the measurements and sizes of all the pieces that I need for the cushions. In order to get my space clean enough to even see the floor, I had to do a little cleanup, and I was really wishing for some Mary Poppins magic, you know, where she snaps her fingers and things get put away. Yeah, I was really wishing for that. I initially had intended to create a paper pattern for these cushions, but quickly ditched that plan when I realized how wide my paper was and how much I'd have to tape pieces together. Whoosh. Okay, for the pieces that go around the cushions, the 3 sides of the cushions, the sides without the zipper, I'm going to fold the fabric in half and then measure out half of that length to make those strips. And I need 3 of those. So my new plan became laying out the fabric on the floor and then drawing the pattern pieces directly onto the fabric. I used a Sharpie. I probably should have used chalk pencil or something like that, but this worked just fine for me. Somehow I thought this was going to take way more fabric than it actually did. I feel like I didn't even use hardly any of it. If we make a second couch, I have plenty. I have just realized that the size of my cushion is smaller than I had thought when I made the pattern. So it's not 27 inches deep like I thought it was. I was thinking when I had it set on the couch it was the same depth, but it is 24.5 approximately. This is why they say measure twice, cut once. This is my what the heck was I thinking face. And so I go about cutting out the cushion covers yet again. And then it was time for a little borrowed kitty break. These are my sister's cats visiting. This is Charles Dickens and Jane Austen after the authors. I got to cat sit them for about a week. It was pretty fun. I jumped back to cutting the cushions using a box knife, which worked pretty well, but I decided I needed something a little bit different, so I ran down to the kitchen and got my large butcher knife. My dad always says use the right tool for the job. I don't know if this is the right tool for the job, but it worked pretty well. Okie day, it is zipper time. So I need a zipper that will go along this end of the back cushion and a zipper that will go along one of the ends of the seat cushions. What have I got in my zipper collection? And I want them to be the same color. I have a lot of these black and white invisible zippers. I might just go with these because the black wouldn't look nice. Acorn tops, that's a good thing to have in your zipper collection, acorn tops. But of course, before officially deciding, I had to check every zipper. Okay, I'm getting down to the bottom. Oh, I forgot I had this. I have a grommeter, 2 grommeters. That's exciting. Yep, it's official. Definitely need to go through my stuff. Golly gee. Bada bing, bada boom. Forget about it. Next up, the sewing process. I have, well, not really matching thread. When you do your sewing projects, do you typically sew standing up like this or sitting at a sewing table? I'm just recently experimenting with this standing up process with this setup, and I kind of like it. The floor in my studio, I live in an old house, and the floor is slanted, so where I have my sewing table, I have a rolling chair for my sewing table, and the floor is like this, and so I'll scoot up to my chair and then slowly roll back away from the sewing table. I started sewing the backrest cushion, beginning with the zipper, doing the invisible zipper on the panel. Okay, so nice finished edges there. I'm gonna do this other end, if I can find the other end. You got to be kidding me. Boy, on camera, I'm like the Three Stooges. I forgot to put the end in between. After rectifying that mistake, I finished the back panel cushion, sewed that all up, and then called it a day. Good morning, y'all. This is a really weird angle. I feel like I'm like laying on the table. Literally laying on the table. Okay, so I did the cushion cover for the backrest. I haven't put it on the cushion yet because I kind of wanted to do that all at once as a big reveal to myself and to you. So I'm going to do the cushion covers for the square cushions, get those sewn up as quick as I can, and then we'll get them on the couch. Decided to do the sewing in sort of a production style because of the 3 cushions that are the same. So I first sewed the zipper and then the side seams or side panels and then the top and bottom. And then I proceeded to shove the cushions in. Okay, I don't think the folded method worked. Okay, so here are my finished cushions for the seat. I ended up re-sewing the seams because I didn't do a 5/8 inch seam. I did a 1/2 inch seam the first time around. And then I went around the edges and did a top stitch to stitch down the seam allowance in the cushion so that it just laid nicer. So you can see there's my 3 cushions. And I added a few little details like a zigzag stitch over the zipper so that it just held it in place. Yeah, so they're a little bit roomy. If I did it again, I would probably actually measure these tighter than the cushions themselves and do, yeah, something just a little bit smaller so that the cushions filled them out a bit more. This is the back cushion. It fit nice and snug. You can see it's pretty taut across the cushion. It was a little bit tricky getting it through the short end and inching the cover all the way down. I was trying to pull the cover down onto the foam on all the cushions, and it kept sticking. It's like the foam material just wanted to stick to the fabric. So that was annoying, but finally got these on, so that's cool. And now a short break to enjoy the catwalk. Haha, little fashion joke for you. So here is the finished cushions on the couch. The backrest is nice. All of the pattern struggles that I had were all my brain not quite working and me not taking the time to measure the actual cushion rather than the couch itself. Some of my corners turned out pretty well. Some of them are a little bit janky. It's pretty comfortable to sit on, so that's the main point. The reason I'm in the house right now is because we've been doing some projects on the porch and just finished, and we haven't had a chance to move this outside. We have to figure out whether we're going to leave this in the weather. Subscribe and hit the bell to get notified whenever I put out a new video. My plan is to do tutorials as well as vlogs from here on out, but plans change, so we will see. I appreciate you and your support of my channel. I have more projects like this and more fiber artsy basket weaving type project vlogs planned for the future, so keep an eye out for those coming out soon. Oh boy, did I actually say what I was going to say? In the description below, I have a link to my email update list. Sign up using that link and get a twice a month email with lots of resources for all these different fiber arts. I'd love to have you join that list. We do have a membership planned to come out sometime in November with basket weaving, block printing, and other fiber art courses, resources, maybe some challenges, community space. So I'd love to have you join Textile Indie community when that comes out. So sign up so you get notified of the progress of that project, the membership for Textile Indie, and become a Textile Indie yourself. Thanks for watching. I hope your creative journey is going well. I'll see you next week in a few days with a new tutorial and hopefully more vlogs in the future. See you next time. Bye.